The acting chair calls this session of the 27 IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly to order at 15:53 GMT plus 8 Kuala Lumpur time. Delegates, please be seated and prepared. We'll now proceed with roll call to establish quorum. The acting chair now invites the regional secretary to conduct the roll call and confirm if quorum has been established.
We are now starting the roll call. Please raise your hand once your member organization is called, starting off with our full member organization. IPSF India, ISMA Farsi Indonesia, FOP Nepal delegated their vote to ISMA Farsi Indonesia, APS Japan, MyPay Malaysia, NZAPSO New Zealand, NAPSA Australia delegated their vote to NZAPSO New Zealand, FJCPPHA Philippines, KNAPS Republic of Korea, Newspoo Singapore, PISA Thailand. Moving on with our members in association, MAPS India, BEM-FFU Indonesia, BEM-FF UNIR Indonesia, BEM-F USD Indonesia, BEM-Kemafar Umpad Indonesia, BEM-Kemafar UGM Indonesia, HMF AP ITB Indonesia, PMSU Myanmar, thank you, APSA New Zealand, JPPHA PI Philippines, UFA Philippines, PSA Taiwan. The strength of the House is 11, simple majority 6, 2/3 7, full members present 11, members in association 12. I'm passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, Regional Secretary. Quorum has been established. The Assembly is duly constituted and may proceed with its business. We will now move to the next item on the agenda. We are now opening the Assembly. Can we have a proposer and a seconder to resume the standing orders? Proposed by NZAPSO New Zealand, seconded by MyPSA Malaysia. All those for? All those against? We are now resuming standing orders. Next, motion 1 read. This, the 27 IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly appoints Mr. John Moises Dicada as chairperson of the 27th IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly. This motion shall not be reviewed once it has been achieved. We are now opening the floor for discussion. I see none. Proceeding to the voting. All those voting for? Against? Abstaining? Congratulations. This motion carried unanimously. Passing the floor to the chair of the Assembly, Mr. John Moises Dicada.
We shall now proceed to the next announcement after the appointment of the chair of the Assembly. At this juncture, may I ask the Regional Secretary to do the greetings to the meeting and apologies for absences. Krishani, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for the floor. Cristiani Francisco, Regional Secretary 2024-25. To the Regional Working Group, full member organizations, members in association, Regional Secretary Assistants, and alumni, welcome to the 27th Asia Pacific Regional Assembly. As we formally open this assembly, I extend my sincere greetings on behalf of the regional office. It is a privilege to gather here in person with representatives from across the region. At this point, I would like to acknowledge the apologies for absence. I also wish to express the regret of our Regional Relations Officer, Ms. Evelyn Nicole Iman, for her absence during this session. She has informed us that she will be joining the Assembly physically on 7th July 2025. With that, I now declare the 27th Regional Assembly officially open. Thank you. I'm passing the floor back to the Chair.
Thank you, Cristiani, for the welcoming speech. Now we are proceeding to the next announcement. Acknowledgement of the observers. Before we proceed, the Chair would like to acknowledge the presence of our observers. We welcome you and thank you for your interest in proceedings of the 27th IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly. Please be reminded that while observers may not vote, your presence and comments are valued. Can I have the next motion, please? Motion reads, Motion 2, this, the 27th IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly appoints Yashana Tresha Rhea L. Masingaf, Gavar Rayshum, Tanushri Jane, Chayapa Caprasit, Maria Altea Villafuerte Rodriguez, and Lavinia Ong Ze King as members of Motions Committee for the duration of this Regional Assembly. This motion shall not be reviewed once it has been achieved. Now I'm opening the floor for discussion. I see none. Now I'm closing the floor for discussion and we are proceeding to the voting. All those for, please raise your voting cards. All those against? All those abstaining? Parliamentary system. Results are 11 for, 0 against, 0 abstain. Motion carried unanimously. Now let us proceed to the next motion, Motion 3. Motion reads, this, the 27th IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly, appoints Ellen Aishna Jojo, Ayesha Ratu Faliza, Harriet Damere Lumban Toruan, Jeneline Apelo, Wang Chung Ying, Yerang So, Felicia Teodora, Tirza Hana Pininta Gurning, Sam Luis Mendoza Mariano, Maria Altea Villapuerte Rodriguez, Thea Camryn S. Garceliano, Chayapa Caprasit, Song Yong Choi, and Lavinia Ong Ze King as scrutineers of the duration of this Regional Assembly. This motion shall not be reviewed once it has been achieved. Now I'm opening the floor for discussion. I see none. We are now closing the floor for discussion and proceed to the voting. All those for, please raise your voting cards. All those against? All those abstaining? Voting results are 11 for, 0 against, 0 abstain. Congratulations. This motion is carried unanimously. Can we have the next motion? Motion 4 reads, this, the 27th IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly appoints Anisa Renanda Prananto, Hitaro Victory Lumban Toruan, Tirza Hana Pininta Gurning, Jeneline Apelo, Lim Chi-yong, Yon Jong-kwon, Wang Chung-ying, and Aravind Somesekharan Nambiar as meeting secretaries for the duration of this Regional Assembly. This motion shall not be reviewed once it has been achieved. Now I am opening the floor for discussion. I see none. We are now closing the floor for discussion and we are going to proceed with the voting. All those for? All those against? All those abstaining? Voting results are 11 for, 0 against, 0 abstain. Congratulations, this motion has been carried unanimously. Can we have the next motion? Next motion reads, this the 27th IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly accepts and adopts the agenda of this regional assembly. This motion shall not be reviewed once it has been achieved. Now I am opening the floor for discussion. I see none. We are now closing the floor for discussion and proceeding to the voting. All those for? All those against? All those abstaining? Voting results are 11 for, 0 against, 0 abstain. Congratulations, this motion has been carried unanimously. Let us proceed to the next motion, motion 6. This is the 27th IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly accepts and adopts the minutes of the 26th IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly. Now I am opening the floor for discussion. The document for the minutes of the meeting has been uploaded to the official drive of the official delegates, so you may view it, you may access it. We have a new comment from a delegate from IPSF New Zealand.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. This is Naomi Knox from IPSF New Zealand. Just an observation, motion 46 has the incorrect voting numbers. It has 0000. If that can be amended, that'd be fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you, delegate from IPSF New Zealand. I will have to check with the regional secretary. We have already reviewed the document and see that there is actually a 000. We would like to assess the floor if you would like to table this motion or you are willing to wait for us to amend this and then upload this right away. Can you please raise your emotion cards? We have a clarification.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. This is Naomi Knox from IPSF New Zealand. Does yes mean table or does yes mean we wait? Thank you.
Thank you for the clarification. And IPSF New Zealand, we are going to assess the floor if you are okay to wait for the Secretary of the Assembly to update and upload the document right now. Please use your emotion cards. Thank you. We're going to wait for the secretary. Just an information, we have checked based from the last year's parliamentary system, motion 46 was actually dropped. That's why it's 0000. But we are going to re-upload it just so the official title would be motion drop. The newly updated file has now been uploaded. Please access it. Now I'm opening the floor for discussion. Do we still have any new comments? I see none. Therefore, I'm closing the floor for discussion and proceeding to voting. All those for? All those against? All those abstaining? Voting result, please. 11 for, 0 against, 0 abstain. Congratulations, this motion has been carried unanimously. Let us proceed to the next motion. Now I'm passing the chair to the Secretary of the Assembly.
Motion 7, this reads, the 27 IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Office accepts and adopts the annual report of the chairperson of the IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Office for 2024-25. Now I am calling the chairperson of the regional office to present his report, and we will be giving him 7 minutes for his speech. Mr. John Moises D. Carda, the floor is yours.
Hello. My annual report has already been uploaded to the official Google Drive. The technical team here is trying to flash my annual report. But allow me to address the Regional Assembly as a chairperson of the IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly and the IPSF APRO Regional Office for 2024 to 2025. In this mandate, the chairperson portfolio made a consistent effort to prioritize visibility, excellence, and welfare in every initiative. Guided by the mandate's theme, the chairperson, alongside with the entire regional working group and subcommittee members, went above and beyond to ensure that each initiative from the regional office received the visibility it deserved. The strong branding presence and the impact of the project reflects the hours of dedication put in by the teams who crafted proposals and prepared for the event. Excellence was not just treated as a mere concept, but established as a standard, evident in the influence made not only in IPSF members but also on external partners. This was only possible due to the expertise and passion brought by the RWGs who were instrumental in making this mandate successful. At the same time, the chairperson recognized the high expectations that come from electing the regional officers who represent the best in their respective portfolio. For this reason, the chairperson embraced the role as a managerial one, not focused solely on launching new initiatives, but also supporting members, managing expectations, and helping them balance their responsibilities with their personal well-being. The mandate also removed practices that were no longer necessary, such as the pressure to continue every project from previous terms or mandate, allowing more focus on current priorities and portfolio. Efforts were made to support members' mental health by maintaining professional work standards while also nurturing strong supportive connections. This balanced and people-focused approach continues to be a defining trait of the Asia Pacific Regional Office. It is not just about getting the work done, but also about building meaningful relationships beyond the roles. It was not a perfect mandate, cliché as it may sound, but it is the truth for every mandate. However, this mandate in particular, is something that can be remembered in the history to come. I truly tried my best to be humbled whenever I speak about my RWGs or my subcommittee members, but this mandate's officers and members are truly outstanding and have completed their projects with excellence. I would dare to say that we did very well, as proven by the reality of the objectives and declared and the outcomes that came after each initiative. The regional office has always been available to serve and support its members, even outside the GMT plus 8 working hours, which is something I'm truly proud of, but would honestly not recommend the future officers or the future regional working group. Lastly, I fulfilled my promise of visibility as chairperson. I was present at the 2 executive meetings in The Hague, Netherlands, and actively pushed for APRO's concerns and interests in every discussion. One thing is certain, I have always stood and will continue to stand for the welfare, the interests, and the status of the IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Office. For the last time, yours in excellence, John Moises de Monteverde Carta, IPSF APRO Chairperson for 2024 to 2025. Thank you. Now I'm passing the floor back to the chair.
I'm now opening the discussion for any comments, direct comments. We have a comment from PSA Taiwan. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor.
Technical, I'm sorry. Point of order.
Moises Carta, presenter, point of order. The motion shall start, the discussion shall start with a new comment, not a direct comment. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for the floor. We have addressed the point of order. We will now be calling a delegate, rather, from PISA, Thailand.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I'm Leah from PISA, Thailand. First of all, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude for all that you contribute throughout your term and all the 4 years on your journey on the Asia Pacific Regional Office. So I would like to ask that, reflecting on your journey, what challenge or unsolved issue within IPSF APRO do you believe that should pass on to your successor to carry forward in the next term? Thank you.
We have a clarification from the chairperson.
Clarification?
From the speaker, rather, sorry.
Clarification, do you mean any issues that I would like to pass to my successor?
Okay, thank you, Chair, for the floor. And I would like to clarify my question that what do you believe that what the issue that's still unsolved within this term that you would like your successor to solve it in the next term?
Thank you.
Thank you.
I am passing the floor to the chair.
Thank you for the floor, Moises Speaker. If there's one thing I could think of right now, there's a lot of issues, to be honest, but one thing for sure is the finances of the regional office. I think it is not only under chairperson's portfolio, but also the treasurer's portfolio. So I do hope that the next chairperson will become more assertive in requesting for the reimbursements as well as the invoices to the treasurer, since it really affects the whole IPSF APRO. Since a lot of our member organizations here, they work on a system of request basis for their finances. So they need to request for their finances ahead of time, few months before their membership fee will be given by their heads or officials in their universities. I was able to actually, I tried my best to resolve this problem. However, again, this issue doesn't not only involve my portfolio, but also the portfolio from the global office. With regards to reimbursement, although we have already resolved the problems of reimbursement this mandate, I would like to suggest the incoming chairperson, the next chairperson, my successor, to try his or her best to reimburse things as soon as possible and not wait for the end of the mandate. I think finances is a really big concern in the regional office since 3 years ago, since 4 years ago when I started IPSF APRO. That's all from me. I'm passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We have another comment from a delegate from IPSA Malaysia. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair. Hello, everyone. My name is Yuan from my PSA Malaysia. So I just want to say thank you so much, Moises. And when I say thank you, I say it from my PSA Malaysia. You play a huge role, not only helping out APPS, and also playing a very huge role in IPSF APRO. I would like to say your energetic personality and your, how do you say, you played a huge role in all this, and you made my time as a CP in IPSF APRO very fun and very enjoyable. So my question is, so next year, you'll be playing a role as an immediate past chairperson. So how will your successor continue on the collaborations and also the partnerships that you have created in your tenure to their tenure? Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm passing the floor to the chair.
Thank you so much, Chair, Moises, Speaker. One initiative for this mandate is actually the establishment of the internal document, which is called the Internal Process Document for RWG. So this will be a standard operating procedure within the regional office that we are trying to finalize before the end of the regional assembly, and possibly it will be up as a motion during the last day or the last session of the regional assembly. What's in it is the good practices within the regional office. So as a chairperson, I've collaborated with RO in ensuring that we have a good system wherein we contact external partners and we connect with them in a meaningful way. So what I can do next year as immediate past chairperson is to guide my successor, the incoming chairperson, with regards not only with the guidelines but also to the names and possible collaboration from external partners, because we have already received collaboration offers for companies actually, but it is very sad that we are about to end our mandate, so we can't do anything about it. But we tried our best to get their contacts, and possibly these contact details will be forwarded to my successor and to the RO of the regional office. That's all from me. I'm passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for the floor. I am passing the floor to Ms. Dan Sinian, the chairperson of the 24th APPS 2025.
So I'm now passing the floor back to Regional Secretary, Ms. Christiani. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for the floor. I think this deserves a little standing. Now, this won't be a very cliche speech, which Moises really hates, but I just want to say that throughout the mandate, don't look at me. Throughout the mandate, thank you so much for assisting me. I must admit that I started a little rough because I did not get a proper consultation, which was my fault. I just ran because my passion was there. Moises is definitely one of the RWGs who I fail not to talk to almost every single day, whether that's work, personal, rant, or whatever it is that we feel like talking. I've worked with you for the past 3 years, from FJ, when I was your subcom, and now that I am a secretary, all I could say is I hope that I have made you proud and I have continued the excellence that you have started. And if there were times that I have disappointed you, I just wanted to offer my greatest apology in front of the assembly. But overall, it was a good run with you, Moises. I'm passing the floor back to the chair.
Oh, I'm now passing the floor back to the Regional Secretary.
Thank you. I'm passing the floor back to the chair. No comment. Next, we have another comment from a delegate from NZAPSO, New Zealand. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I am Naomi Knox from NZAPSO, New Zealand. Starting off, congratulations on your successful mandate. You have led your very experienced and very knowledgeable RWG very well, and you have maintained your legacy of excellence. In your report, you mentioned visibility, specifically with EXCO meetings. Can you please give an example of how you advocated for the regional office within these meetings? Thank you.
I am now passing the floor to the chair.
Thank you for the floor, Moises Speaker. Thank you, NSAP. I would like to thank the delegate from NSAPSO New Zealand for the compliment. In terms of visibility with EM1 and EM2, I am very proud to say that whenever there are any points of discussion, especially requiring EXCO voting, I try my best to comment, not just to vote for any specific motions that they would like to forward in the Regional Assembly. One in particular would have to be concerning regarding the physical events, which is APPS and GPPED. So we had a discussion on who to collaborate, who to prioritize. But as you can see with my annual report, I prioritize my regional office with regards to this offline event. So I try to advocate for a balanced opportunity, not just with the World Congress, but also to the APPS and GPPED. Additionally, I tried to talk with the EXCO if there's any possibilities that the Asia Pacific Regional Office could actually expand the external partners, because right now it's really hard for us to penetrate the external partners since we don't have any external database, currently working external database, as well as we have outdated MOUs within the regional office. So I've tried my best to liaise with GAVA, which is the chairperson of external relations, as well as consulted with the chairperson, the president and president-elect on how APRO could actually elevate this, and possibly in the near future could also have placements for internship, to which it has been a practice in the regional office 3-4 years ago. It is unfortunate that this year we cannot offer that program. On the public health side, I've tried my best to also liaise with Tanu, the chairperson of public health, during the EM1 and EM2. I tried my best to ask her if there are any opportunities for Asia Pacific members to actually be official delegates to certain WHO-related events or UN events. And I think we are successful in that, since we are able to send delegates to both health events in India as well as in Manila, Philippines, aside from the WHO, CRO, and WIPRO. Additionally, I also tried to ask Tanu to screen the Asia Pacific delegates, delegates coming from Asia Pacific Regional Office with regards to WHA in Geneva, Switzerland. So I've tried my best to ask her for additional slots to APRO, since for the past year, EMRO and Euro are penetrating, or they have lots of slots for this specific events. And I'm very proud that this year we do have a very large delegation for WHA. That's all from me. I'm passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We have another comment from a delegate in BEM-FF in Indonesia. I'm passing the floor to the delegate.
Thank you for the floor. I'm Karen from BMFF Indonesia. First of all, I would like to appreciate your successful mandate as a chairperson. Congratulations, Moises. Thank you so much for being such a caring person to the APRO team, APRO CPs, and also APRO SEOs. Moving forward, I would like to ask the questions that we acknowledge that everyone has their own ways to achieve a successful mandate, and not everyone is actually as capable enough to do it at the same as you did. How will you able to ensure that the next chairperson make the same or better regarding to the communications with the APRO CPs and SEOs? Thank you, and I'm passing back the floor back to the chair.
Thank you. I'm now passing the floor to the speaker.
Thank you so much, Chair. With regards to I think the question was more on the handover. How will I ensure that the next mandate will also have the same standard? As mentioned a while ago, we're trying our best to speed up the finalization of the document, the internal guideline for our regional working group, just so that the incoming mandate or the incoming officers would not find it hard to get into the position before the 1st of October. Additionally, as IPC, I will try my best to be there for my successor as well as for the entire regional working group. I've always been active with my WhatsApp account, as well as I've always been active with all the concerns of the RWG as well as APRO, even though I wasn't elected 2 years ago as RPO. I was CP back then, but I was still, trying my best to help with APRO. And you could expect that incoming mandate, I will not pressure my chairperson, but help her to get to know about the position. And after he or she gets to know about the position, I'll try my best to give her some details which she could possibly improve more on her mandate, or possibly continue if he or she finds it helpful to continue during his or her mandate. That's all from me. I'm passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you. Speaker, we have another comment from a delegate from NZAPSO, New Zealand. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I'm Naomi Knox from IPSF New Zealand. Can the Speaker please evaluate his role and involvement within the Global Policy Committee as he has been co-opted into as the regional chairperson? Thank you.
Thank you. I'm passing the floor to the Speaker.
Thank you for the floor, Moises, Chair of the Regional Office. With regards to the Global Policy Committee, this year the dynamics is quite different from the previous mandates. I think the last mandate was more on a responsibility, but this year was more on request basis. So the policy coordinator did not specifically ask any help from the regional office. She specifically just mentioned that we have to focus more about the global declaration and regional resolution, to which I have I have been liaising with my regional secretary together with the regional secretary subcommittee in drafting a more concrete and more clear resolution and declaration for this year. I think under policy committee, advocacy is also a part of that committee. So we were asked by the president throughout the mandate if there are any possible advocacies we can put. I mean, if there are any advocacies in the regional office that aligns, for example, with the statement that they would like to draft for WHA. I tried my best to ask the regional working group as well as to at least try to connect with my MOs if there are any events that they would like to forward to the WHA or any statements to WHO. That's all from me. I'm passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, Speaker. We have another comment from a delegate from PSA Taiwan. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. This is Jean from PSA Taiwan speaking. First of all, I wanted to congratulate Moses on such a successful mandate. So on behalf of PSA Taiwan, I also like to express our deepest appreciation for support throughout the whole mandate. Your energy and dedication, work ethic, of course, have been an inspiring example for all of us. And personally, your passion has truly motivated me and also served as a great encouragement to PSA Taiwan. We would love to have more opportunities to work with you in the future, and we look forward to continue to contribute to our region together. I do have a question here that could you share your experience in supporting member in associations in their journey toward full membership during this mandate? And as immediate past president, immediate past chair, how do you plan to continue assisting member associations pursuing full membership, either in the current or future mandates? Thank you for the floor, Chair.
Thank you. I am now passing the floor to the Speaker.
Thank you for the floor, Moises. Speaker. Thank you for the question from a delegate from PSA Taiwan. I would like to give a background that this mandate, we have actually tried to reach two potential full members, one from Bangladesh and one from supposedly Myanmar, but there will be a member in association who will be applying for Myanmar, so we prioritize Bangladesh. We requested Bangladesh to be the first full member of Bangladesh. However, upon consultation with them, they would like to rest for this mandate, and so we tried to talk to other possible full members from Bangladesh. However, it just so happened that we are not able to successfully we're not successful to convince them to apply for full membership. In regards to my position as IPC, to be honest with you, I would not force my chairperson and RO to look for full members and member in association. We have been trying to look for quantity rather than quality to this regional office, and that made us go backwards with regards to submissions of our reports. With more numbers of member in associations who are inactive, it would also lag the regional working group, especially the secretary, with regards to submissions. So more number of member in associations who are inactive would mean that the regional secretary and the chairperson would have to contact them with longer time. So instead of suggesting for the incoming chairperson to look for full members, I would like to suggest him or her to possibly talk to MOs and assess first whether this MO is active during the tenure of their mandate as MIA. That would be all from me. I'm passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, Speaker. We have another comment from a delegate from BEM FFO Indonesia. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Yoga BEM FF Indonesia. First of all, I would like to congratulate Mr. John Moises Decarda as the successful mandate and the presentation earlier. From, I don't know, APPS 2023, almost 3 years since we have known each other. You are the one who continues to inspire me specifically, and maybe others as well, to continue to grow, especially in the Asia Pacific Regional Office. I would like to ask a question, a light one per se. In your opinion, what is your best moments or highlights in this year as the APRO chairperson? Thank you. Giving the floor back to the chair.
Thank you. I'm now passing the floor to the Speaker.
Thank you for the floor. If there is one, if there is really, it would have to be the opening night yesterday. That was probably the most memorable one for me. It was not because I was able to give my closing speech, but I was able to culminate 5 years of my journey in IPSF, and it's really great to see that it does transition from an online event to an offline one, and I'm really so proud of this APPS 275. It has been the biggest number of delegation, and seeing people connect and communicate with each other. As a chairperson, it's really a proud moment for me to at least see you guys enjoy the event. And yesterday, during the welcoming night, though there were technical issues because of the hotel, not because of my RCs, we were able to push through with the event while everyone was still smiling. So that's probably one of the best moments. That's the best moment I've had in IPSF. Yeah. I'm passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, Speaker. We have another comment from a delegate from FJCPPHA, the Philippines. The floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Ms. Chair. I'm Rihanna Sison from FJCPPHA Philippines. At the very start, the portfolio of the President was grounded in anchoring excellence and empowering growth. In this way, we saw how the accomplishments of the projects were organized. With this, on behalf of FJCPPHA Philippines, we would like to express our utmost gratitude and warmest congratulations to your accomplishments as APRO chairperson. And most importantly, it is very important for us to have a leader who listens to the concerns of his constituents and the contact person. And as a chairperson, you embodied that. Thank you very much for listening and forwarding our concerns and supporting our stances, especially in settling the membership fees, which is a very important responsibility for the CPs and their respective MOs to fulfill. Once again, thank you very much for the service that you have offered to the office. And that is all for me, and I have no questions. Thank you for the floor.
Thank you. Now we have another comment from a delegate from UFA Philippines. The floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Mr. Chair. I am Vajor Pospolo, CP of UFA Philippines. I would like to commend your successful mandate, and I believe that this mandate started off very strong and has always been visible. On behalf of UFA Philippines, we would like to extend our gratitude for your help, your prompt response, and with any concerns that I have, and for all the support and motivation. You're truly an inspiration with years of service to IPSF APRO, with your lively personality and your very efficient work ethic. So congratulations. And with that, I would like to ask, what is your message to the future RWG? Thank you. I'm passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you. I'm now passing the floor to the speaker. The floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Moises, Chair of the Regional Office. If there is one thing I would like to possibly pass to the regional next RWG, don't try to imitate the previous RWGs. Your mandate is a different one. You have a unique mandate. You have a unique set of RWGs. Don't pressure yourself to continuing something that you are not fond of, or possibly it's not aligned with your objectives when you were running for that position. To the incoming RWG, good luck. You have me as your IPC, and let's make it a bit better than my, if it could be better, I have the best RWG. Try to at least level up with my RWG, possibly. That's all from me. I'm passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, Speaker. We have another comment from our immediate past chairperson. The floor is yours. Point of order.
3 Motions Committee. Point of order. We have a procedural motion raised by FGCPPHA.
Thank you for the floor, Ms. Chair. I would like to file a procedural motion to close the discussion and proceed to the voting. Thank you for the floor.
Thank you, FJCPPHA Philippines. We have a procedural motion from FJCPPHA Philippines to close the discussion. I just want to clarify, a procedural motion only can be accepted or rejected, so it's for, against. No one can abstain. So if you are for the closing of the discussion, please raise your voting cards. Please raise your voting cards as high as you can. All those against, please raise your voting cards. Let's do it again because it's not, the counting isn't correct. A member organization did not raise their voting cards. It's 6-4. It should be 11. Once again, those for closing the discussion, raise your voting cards properly. Okay. Those against, please raise your voting cards properly. It's 6-5. Simple majority is 6. We are now closing the discussion. Moving on with the motion, if we will accept it, reject it, or keep it abstain. All those for accepting motion 7, those accepting the annual report of the chairperson, please raise your voting cards. Those against, please raise your voting cards. Those abstain, please raise your voting cards. All right, results are in. 11 for, 0 against, 0 abstain. We have passed the motion successfully. I'm passing the chair back to the chairperson.
Thank you for passing the chair back to the chairperson. We are now proceeding to the next motion. Parliamentary system. Motion 8. Before we proceed to the next motion, I would like to remind everyone that session 1 will be ending in about an hour and 15 minutes. So if you could make the discussion as concise and as efficient as possible, we would gladly appreciate it. Next motion, motion 8. Motion 8 reads, the 27th IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly accepts and adopts the annual report of the Secretary of the IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Office for 2024 to 2025. Now I am giving the floor to Christiani, the Secretary of the Regional Office, to present her annual report. Christiani, you have 7 minutes to present your annual report. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for the floor. Cristiani Francisco, IPSF APRO Secretary 2024-25. To my dear member organization, it is my pleasure to be standing in front of you all once again. We have come a long way. Personally, this journey has taken me even further than I expected. I remember almost exactly a year ago, I was in the same position, standing before your organization, shaking in fear. I was nervous, yet at the same time excited and thrilled about what the next few hours would bring. I was beside a good friend, someone I still am lucky to call a friend today. It would be easy for me to sit back and say, I have done it, but that would be self-centered of me to do so. Instead, I offer this moment to my team, those beside me and behind the scenes. To the RWGs, Moises, Ryan, Evelyn, Hosea, Sinian, and Manchuri, thank you. I must admit, speaking to most of you on a daily basis was something I wasn't expecting for this journey. I remember saying during my nomination that I am ready to learn, I am ready to relearn, and very, very ready to unlearn what must be. I have done exactly that thanks to my RWGs. You would think that after 11 years of experience, there would be little left to learn, but I know better now. Learning is continuous. It does not end with age, experience, or a title. The day I stopped wanting to learn is the day I stopped growing. Thank you for reminding me that there is always more to explore, improve, and reflect on. To my regional secretary subcommittee, where do I even begin? Most of you were so quiet in the beginning that I hesitated to even crack a joke. Not because I was intimidated, but because I wanted to be sure that you felt safe, welcomed, and at ease in this team. Slowly, as the weeks passed by, your personalities began to show, and you reminded me to take breaks. You checked in on me when the days grew long. You showed empathy, sincerity, and a sense of humor I had not anticipated, often at just the right moment, and it never failed to brighten my day. To all member organizations here today, I want you to know that this subcommittee was more than just a working group. They became my friends. They were the support I leaned on when things got heavy. They were the laughter when days felt heavy. They were the life of the team. I have always known that I work best alone. I prefer handling individual tasks, managing my own pacing, and relying on my internal rhythm. That was my comfort zone. But this subcommittee reminded me that collaboration can be just as fulfilling. They taught me that this is not a weakness to ask for help when the workload is too much. And they showed me that I am capable of caring for others just as much as I care for my work and for myself. Yes, I did my job as a regional secretary, but it was never just me. To Rena, Hitaro, Tristan, Lavinia, and CL, mark my words, you will always be my gang. To IPSF APRO, this has truly been one of the most joyful organizations I have ever served. While I have always been open to working with people beyond the region, I know my heart will always belong here. The friendships, the stories, the work, the advocacy, it all means something to me in a way that is difficult to put into words. I am proud to say that I am one of APRO students today and pharmacists tomorrow. To continued excellence, Ms. Cristiani and Francisco, thank you.
Thank you, Cristiani, for that presentation. Now I am opening the floor for discussion. We have a new comment from a delegate from NSAPSO New Zealand. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. This is Naomi Knox from NSAPSO New Zealand. First of all, congratulations on your very successful mandate, Cristiani. It has been such an honour watching you flourish and really grow in this role, and you have been a very big part of the Constitutional Working Committee as well, and we have been very, very thankful to have you representing the Asia Pacific Regional Office in absolutely an amazing way. Now for my question. In your March report, you and the subcommittee you mentioned that you and your subcommittee developed APRO policy database. Is there any way for member organisations or IPSF members to gain access to this database or get a version of it so we were able to be educated on the past policy projects of the regional office? Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate from INSAPSO New Zealand. I'm passing the floor to Christiani.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for the floor. Cristiani Francisco, IPSF APRO Secretary. Regarding the IPSF APRO database, I would just like first to recognize that it was actually one of my subcommittee, Mr. Hitaro, who helped me compiling the information. However, the sheets was completed by me. Regarding sharing, it's actually a relatively new project. It wasn't something that I initiated during my nomination form. It was something that me and the chairperson has briefly collaborated on. It was a conversation because I was at the moment during March where I was already planning to release the solo policy writing for my subcommittee, and I was thinking whether the topics have been done or hasn't been done yet. So the database is actually just a reminder for the regional secretary, at least in my case, that those topics are already accomplished and should have a new topic for this mandate. Regarding sharing, I would have to consult that first, but definitely if the regional secretary wishes to share that database, but only internally, because it is something that shouldn't be released to public because it's still an internal document from the regional secretary, then by all means, I will be more than glad to assist the upcoming regional secretary. Thank you. I'm passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, Christiani. We have a new comment from a delegate from PSA Taiwan. PSA Taiwan, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. This is PIC Taiwan speaking. So thank you, Christiani, for your amazing report. And on behalf of PIC Taiwan again, I'd like to express our deepest appreciation for your support along all the way and your personal presence at our annual Congress. So your energy and professionalism truly sets an example for all of us, not only for PSC Taiwan Working Group, but also for all the pharmacy students in Taiwan. A lot of students that met you during the Congress were inspired by you. So I just want to deliver this message to you. As at last, congratulations to your great mandate, and then good luck on your future journey. I have no questions. I'll pass the floor back to Chair. Thank you.
Thank you for the comment, PSA Taiwan. Now we are proceeding to a new comment from a delegate from PSAT Thailand. PSAT Thailand, the floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. This is Melina from PSAT Thailand. As an incoming CP of PSAT Thailand, there are a lot of things that I have to learn to settle into my new mandate. For example, qualifications regarding CP duties. I would say that the IPSF APRO Secretary is the one who helped me in clarifying things happening in the regional office, allowing me to continue my work of the contact person of PSAT Thailand smoothly. Thank you for being kind to me, and congratulations on your mandate. Passing the floor back to the Chair. Thank you.
Thank you for that comment, PSAT Thailand. We are now proceeding to the new comment from BMFF Unair Indonesia. The floor is yours. Drop. Oh, it's a direct comment. Can we have the parliamentary system to drop? Now we have a new comment from a delegate from UVA, Philippines.
Thank you for the floor, Mr. Chair. So, Shaina from UFA Philippines. So, hello, Rika. I know you go by Christiani in IPS APRO. Christiani? Okay, but yeah, I would also like to just commend you because I know I first met you in APPS 2024, but I got to talk to you in Taiwan AC with the annual Congress, and I would just like to support what Jin said on you being so accommodating, and I believe I am one of those people that I was inspired by you because I saw how passionate you are with your work, and I remember you saying you have much work to do, but you still go by it and you do it excellently. So that is all, and I hope you get to rest. And yeah, that's all. I have no questions. Thank you very much Thank you for the short.
Thank you for the comment, UFA Philippines. Now we have a new comment from a delegate from MyPSA Malaysia. MyPSA Malaysia, the floor is yours. I do apologize. We have a new corrected system. We have a new comment from a delegate from BEM-FF UNAIR Indonesia. BEM-FF UNAIR Indonesia, the floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Mr. Chair. I'm Karin from BMFF Indonesia. Congratulations, Ms. Cristiani, for your successful mandate. As a contact person, I have heard from Hitaro from BMFF Indonesia that you are being such a good leader. And then I would like to ask, is there any evaluation that you would like to share with us from your mandate? Thank you. And I would like to pass the floor back to the chair.
Thank you for the new comment, BEM-FF UNAIR Indonesia. Now I'm passing the floor. We have a clarification from Cristiani. Cristiani, you may now state your clarification.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for the floor. I just wanted to clarify if you meant evaluation as the regional secretary or evaluation with my regional secretary subcommittee.
Thank you, Cristiani. BMF UNAIR Indonesia, you may clarify.
Okay, thank you for the floor, Mr. Chair. I would like to ask the evaluation from your position as the regional secretary. Thank you, and I'm passing back the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, BMF UNAIR Indonesia. Cristiani, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for the floor. The sole evaluation I could give myself now is how much I am more willing to work with a team. I have mentioned earlier, I have always worked alone, individually, not because I want to be sad and a loner. It's just that I am confident doing things alone. I can do things in my own pacing, my own internal rhythm. But with my regional secretary subcommittee, they have taught me so much more, and not just them, of course, as well with the RWGs. I have mentioned earlier I would be in contact with most of the RWGs on a daily basis, whether it's internally or externally, of course, about IPSF APRO. And I realized that it's okay to ask for help, especially when I can no longer do it anymore. My pride, my ego, it's definitely up there. I'm not gonna sugarcoat things, right? But there will be times where my pride and ego will no longer help me. Overall, I am happy to say that I do think I prefer working with a team now, and hopefully in the future I could continually do so. Thank you. I'm passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you for that, Cristiani. Now we have a new comment from a delegate from IPSA Malaysia. IPSA Malaysia, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Yuan from IPSA Malaysia, and I would like to say congratulations on a successful mandate, Miss Cristiani. And I would like to say, throughout this mandate, we did not interact that much. But from what I can see from our interaction just a few days ago with the voting delegation thingies, I can see that you're very passionate, and I really like your policy and also advocacy initiatives. So I would like to ask on your evaluation on your policy and also advocacy initiatives, and how would your successor continue on with your advocacy and also policy initiatives for the next mandate? Thank you so much, and I'll pass back the floor to the chair.
Thank you for the new comment, IPSA Malaysia. Cristiani, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for the floor, and thank you so much for the kind comment. Regarding policy and advocacy, I must admit that I have started the project later on throughout the mandate. I would have preferred to have started earlier, but regarding my initiatives for the next mandate, I do hope so that the next secretary would lean quite differently with the topics itself or the theme, because this year we have combating drug abuse as well as cultural competence. And I think it's something that is different, something new, something that has never been done before. Basing off with my previous, basing off from the previous publication of all the policies and advocacies, it's definitely something new. And I do wish that the upcoming secretary continues taking risks rather than staying comfortable just because they're already knowledgeable or have sufficient resources about a certain theme or about a certain topic. They stay there. I must say this year was a little difficult for me as well, not just for my secretary subcommittee, because it wasn't me who drafted it, but it was me who checked it. And even I was fascinated about the new information that I can still learn about something new in pharmacy. But yeah, that's all it. And I'm passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, Cristiani, for the answer. Now I'm passing the chair to the APPS chairperson. Shinyan?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So I'm now passing the floor to the chairperson.
Thank you for the floor, Moises Carta, Chairperson of the IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly. Congratulations, Rashani, on a very successful mandate. I sincerely apologize for any pressure caused by the fact that the chairperson was a former regional secretary. I want to reassure you that you have done an excellent job and you were never a disappointment to the line of secretaries in the regional office, as attested by my predecessors. You truly own this mandate. It was never about filling someone else's shoes. You have defined your own path. And regarding your signature line, I would like to make a correction. It's not about continuing excellence, but pioneering it. You didn't carry on mine. You created your own this mandate. And with that, congratulations for a very job well done as the secretary. Now I'm passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So I'm now passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you. Do we still have any new comments? We have a new comment from a delegate from BEM FFOE Indonesia.
Thank you, Floor, for the chair. This is Uriel from BMFFUI Indonesia. And for Rika, hi, congratulations on the very successful mandate. And I just want to say thank you so much for all the support you've given us throughout the term, and especially during the early part of my CP mandate where we had to coordinate a lot. Thank you for being really responsive and we would like to wish you the best on whatever might come in the future. And I do have a question. What gaps or limitation did you observe in your cross-portfolio coordination, especially having to work in all coordinate with all different portfolios with the RWGs, and what would you think to improve them for future mandates? Thank you. Passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, BMFOE Indonesia. Now I'm passing the floor to Krishani.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for the floor. I can give you 2 instances where I had a little difficulty as the regional secretary. First is ultimately my time zone. Because when I ran as secretary up until the month of December, first week of December, I was still in the Philippines, so I was working GMT +8. That was perfect. I was unemployed, I was just studying, and I was just working. It was just go, go, go. But around December, that's when I went back to Kuwait, where I actually permanently live, and the time zone was GMT +3. So whenever I had to work, I have to make sure that I am earlier 5 hours than everyone else, because submissions, emails, reminders, announcements, I have to make sure that I do send them out via email at a certain time, which is different from my time zone. Now for the next secretary, I'm not sure if that's going to be the same issue as well. If he or she travels a lot, I just want to advise that make sure you have a gadget that is just permanently on GMT +8. I do that at least in my case, in my scenario. On to the second difficulty I went through, it's just the amount of time I did not anticipate to have a certain document reviewed or approved. Now, this does not mean an issue from other RWGs. It's just that I have definitely overlooked. I was overly confident that I could finish my work, let's say, in a day. Now that is extremely unrealistic unless otherwise the work is not yours. Let's say it's a request from the RMPO, RRO, or RPO. Now if it's something that is under my portfolio, I have not expected that a document can take you 1 week, 2 weeks, maybe even a month. And it's not just me who's working in a certain document. There will be my team. There will be the regional Secretary Subcommittee, I need approval maybe from RO, RPO, RMPO, Chairperson. If it's something global, I need approval from Coordinator, maybe the President. So I suggest for the next Secretary to take things, take it a notch lower with your expectations about the amount of projects you want to accomplish in your mandate. Regarding that, I also wish that the secretary picks quality over quantity because that is something I practiced in my mandate. I may not have done as much as RPO, I may not have done as much as RMPO, but I know confidently that I did my projects well. Thank you.
Thank you, Christiani. Do we still have any new comments? Yeah. I see none. I'm now closing the floor for discussion, and we're now going to proceed to the voting. All those for? All those against? All those abstaining? Ready your phones. Voting results are: Motion 8 reads, this, the 27th IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly accepts and adopts the annual report of the Secretary of the IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Office for 2024 to 2025. Voting results are 11 for, 0 against, 0 abstain. Congratulations, Regional Secretary. Motion passed unanimously. I'm giving you a very short time to address the Assembly and thank them.
To the member organization who accepted my report, which is basically all of you. Thank you so much, everyone, and my regional secretary subcommittee, my RWGs. I can say that, and I quote Manchuri, the position will stay, but the person will leave. In my case, I may be leaving as a regional secretary, but please, I hope that we all keep in touch and let's keep the rapport together, the respect, the understanding, the conversation. Just because I left doesn't mean I'm gonna leave you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Krishani. Now let us proceed to the next motion. Next motion reads, Motion 9. Motion 9. This, the 27th IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly accepts and adopts the annual report of the Regional Media and Publications Officer of the IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Office for 2024 to 2025. Ryan, you have 7 minutes to present your annual report to the Assembly. The floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. So, dear hardworking audience, sorry for my voice. Good afternoon. It is with a heart full of pride and gratitude that I stand here before you today. As the Regional Media and Publications Officer for this mandate, this was an impossible dream. It was too hard to reach, but being able to stand here means fulfillment. This past year has been more than just a chapter, and when I was elected in this position with enthusiasm, eager to tackle challenges and seize the opportunity to enhance our branding, sustainable working processes, and to have every single member of the RMPO team be involved to unleash their full creative potential, and indeed, challenges were there. Yet looking back, our accomplishments are a reflection of how it has been this year. Streamlining processes with 44 types of certificates to the most requested social media campaigns with more or less 30 projects from the RPO, as far as I remember. And it was executed with clarity and professionalism. We also finished the pending certificates last mandate as requested, ensuring that our member organization received their well-deserved certificates promptly. A small but significant detail that speaks volume about our commitment to efficiency and recognizing your efforts too. The multiple rebranding of IPSF APRO has been the foundation of our work. We crafted and implemented 3 different brands in our social media platforms, each designed to fill the essence of our mandate and resonate with the audiences. From the first publication to soon to be last, to the visual identity across all platforms, we have strived and still striving to ensure that IPSF APRO's presence is not just seen but felt. Our social media reach has expanded significantly, and this is a testament to our strategic approach and captivating content crafted by our team. With new 396 likers and 264 followers across Facebook, 1,855 new followers on Instagram, and 382 new followers on LinkedIn. We have amplified APRO's voice, ensuring our message of advocacy, excellence, and growth have reached a wider audience than even before. And while this journey to fully reconfigure the launch of our website has presented its own set of technicalities, I am confident that the groundwork laid will soon bear fruit. But beyond these works and output, what truly fills my heart with pride is the growth of my RMPO team. My sub-coordinators, Sophie, Faiza, and Ara, they have been the pillars of strength during their respective guiding their respective teams with wisdom and dedication. To every member of ENT, Vicky, Aleta, Guyon, Wason, Clara, Shinin, Dini, Shani, Angel, and Tirza. For the design, we have Jana, Naila, Vanessa, Zola, Carl, Louis, Esther, Eva, Jennifer, Ramiza, and the social media subcommittee, Vijay, Marga, Bipana, Ashta, Fahira, Vanya, Graciela, and Ramiza. Your passion, tenacity, creativity, and unwavering commitment have been the driving force behind every success. Every layout, caption, article, live stream, these were not just a task. They were a reflection of efforts resonating with the purpose of this region. Through our onboarding, realignment sessions, projects, they have not only honed their skills but cultivated an understanding of collaborative creativity. Seeing them step outside their comfort zones, embracing challenges, and flourish into confident, capable individuals with impressive portfolios. This journey has undeniably shaped me as a leader. It taught me lessons of adaptability, importance of contingency planning, and the impact of open communication. It has reinforced me that true leadership is about listening, adapting, and leading not just with the vision but with the heart. To my fellow Arlo Vayugis, Kuya Moy, hoping that you'll be in your chill era next year. To Ate Chani, the most patient and the walking dictionary, I must say. Hosea, my internship bestie. Evelyn, whom I always talk some random thoughts about. Xinyan, one who always reminds me of checking the publications, and Manch, the very active and helpful IPC. Thank you for your boundless wisdom and patience with my questions and occasional lapses. And of course, your constructive critics. You made this challenging position not just bearable but truly rewarding. As I close this chapter, serving this region has become a platform through which voices are empowered, connections are forged, and excellence is inspired. It has not been my greatest honor, but my deepest joy to serve in such a multifaceted capacity, to lead and to co-create alongside all of you to something truly, a dream, impossible to possible, and the beauty of this job, which I suppose to love and hate the most. Into the next chapter of creativeness, may there still be exciting, untold stories waiting to be written. Always in the name of priceless service and excellence, reign. Thank you so much. Passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you so much, Ryan, for the presentation. Now I'm opening the floor for discussion. We have a new comment from a delegate from IPSA Malaysia.
Thank you so much, Chair. My name is Yuan from IPSA Malaysia. Thank you so much, Ryan. I really love the publications and also the promotional materials that you posted on the IPSF APRO Instagram account. And I really love the new design and also the color palette. It's very pretty. So my question to you is, may I know what caused the delay in the distribution of certificates and also the promotional materials for IPSF APRO competitions? Because I understand that there might be like some unforeseen circumstances that led to the delay, but I would like to know what is the situation that led to that problem.
Thank you so much. I'll pass back the floor to the chair.
Thank you so much, a delegate from IPSA Malaysia. Now we'll pass the floor to Ryan.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. So to answer your question, sorry for my voice. So we have a certificate proposal, and the contents are there, but the names were not. Since, as far as I remember, you need to answer first the evaluation form before, sorry, before me making the certificates. So that was the main reason why the certificates was not given on time. But the moment I received the names, I immediately make it and send it to the RPO, RRO, anyone who like requested the certificate.
Thank you, Ryan. We have a new comment from a delegate from NSAPSO, New Zealand. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Sorry, I keep on standing on my chair. I thank you, Chair, for the floor. I'm Nimi Nux from NSAPSO, New Zealand. Congratulations on your successful mandate. I knew that you were going to have a very successful mandate from the time that we all saw your fantastic portfolio at your nomination. Congratulations on all of your hard work coming to fruition and all of your success. It's great to see you flourish and you grow in this role. And so my question is, can you please evaluate your performance on improving APRO's social media engagement, as you mentioned in your report? Thank you.
Thank you so much, a delegate from NSAPSO, New Zealand. Ryan, the floor is yours.
Okay. Clarification, can you please repeat the question?
Clarification, NSAPSO, New Zealand.
Can you evaluate your performance in improving APRO's social media engagement? Thank you.
Thank you for the clarification, NSAPSO, New Zealand. Ryan?
Thank you for the floor, Chair. So, me improving the social media of the IPSF APRO. So, for this year, I have a list of times. So, I was evaluating, is it better to like post this publication in this time or not? So, it was been a trial and error for the past for the first 3 months, and then after that, I have a small, what do you call this? Small, small like information about it, and then with that, I started to like create one for the morning, one time for the afternoon, and one time for the evening. So if we cannot post it morning, then we will move it in the afternoon. And if we will not be posting it to afternoon, we will be posting it to the evening. That's one. One more thing is the IG stories. So during the IG stories for the campaigns of the RPO, there were a lot of members who were joining. And I think that was one of the reasons why our visibility has boosted. I mean, it's in the, what do you call this? In the form of IG. So, for example, I did a campaign, and you like for fun did the campaign. It was like a domino effect that the next parts of your timeline or newsfeed would be something about APRO. So it's kind of like that. So that's why I think it boosted the visibility of IPSF APRO social media accounts. Passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, Ryan. We have a technical raised a while ago. PSAT Thailand. Can we have the mic to PSAT Thailand first?
Thank you for the floor, Chair. Actually, I just raised a direct comment to the My PSA Malaysia. Thank you.
Thank you. Can we have the parliamentary system? May we clarify if you raise it before My PSA Malaysia or after My PSA Malaysia? After My PSA Malaysia. We have a direct comment from My PSA Malaysia. My PSA Malaysia, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Chair. My name is Yuan from IPSA Malaysia. I would like to direct my comment to my previous, to your answer to my question just now. So I understand how the situation is, but how did you overcome
Point
the
of order? We have a point of order which takes the highest priority. High point of order from NSAPSO New Zealand.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Point of order, direct comments have to pertain to the original new comment. This was a direct on NZAPSO's comment about a social media engagement, not on my PSA's comment about the certificates. This has to be raised as a new comment. Thank you.
Thank you for the point of order, NSAPSO New Zealand. Can we have the parliamentary system updated? I believe we have a direct comment from PISA Thailand. PISA Thailand, the floor is yours. Direct comment must be related to the new comment raised by NSAPSO New Zealand a while ago.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. This is Melina from PSAT Thailand. First of all, congratulations on your mandate. And thank you for your hard work and dedication in promoting public awareness to our regional office. However, I would like to direct from the comment proposed by NSAPSO New Zealand. Regarding that, are there any new strategies to improve media planning, especially in promotion of the regional office activities to increase member reach out? Thank you.
Thank you so much, PISA Thailand. Ryan, the floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. To answer your question, I think I could suggest to the next RMPO that she should review the ongoing analytics, and then with that she should have to recalibrate what we were doing. It is not just her work, but to collaborate also with the sub coordinators on how will they probably do this, because doing it yourself, doing it just you're the only one who's doing it, it's tiring because there is a lot of analytics. So Meta only covers Facebook and Instagram. However, LinkedIn has another one. So there are two different datas to reviewed. So to create a centralized analytics or posting to boost the social engagement, I suggest the next RMPO to review both and try to collaborate with her social networking site sub-coordinator on how they could possibly elevate the social media engagement we have right now. Passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, Ryan, for the answer. We have a new comment from a delegate from FJCPPHA, the Philippines. The floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Mr. Chair. Yona Sison from FJCPPHA Philippines. So thank you very much for your report and for accomplishing the pending certificates for the current and previous projects, and for creating the publications for the projects under the RPO portfolio. So according to the IPSF APRO annual plan for the 2024 to 2025 mandate, the projects included in the RPO's portfolios are the APRO merchandise, APRO thecary, and the APRO branding video. Could you kindly provide us with the current progress, target release date, and the difficulties you encountered while creating these projects?
Thank you, delegate from FJCPPHA, the Philippines. Ryan, the floor is yours.
Okay, first is the April merchandise. 2 months ago, Moises and I had a list of suppliers. So from a lot of suppliers to one supplier, and we had we thought it was secured already, but 30 days ago before our APPS, the supplier told us that they have another project bigger than ours, and we don't have the budget to compete with the budget with the new project they are doing. So we tried to look for another supplier, but they told us that it would take them at least 5 to 8 weeks, because the molders, the fastest they can make the molder is 3 weeks, and we cannot rush them, because after the molders we have the first spin, the prototype, and if it's not up to the standard, then we will make it again. So that's the difficulty and the difficulty we had for the merchandise. It's the budget and the supplier. For the APRO prospectus or Apothecary. So for the Apothecary, we have the problem there was the articles and the rebranding of APRO. So as you can see, after the second rebranding, we have to rebrand again, and we have to streamline the next projects, which includes the Apothecary, to be like in line with the new branding. But now the progress is the drafts is nearly done, but for the articles, it is for approval of the chairperson. And lastly, clarification.
Can
What's the last?
we request for a clarification on the third project that we would like to clarify? FGC PPJ Philippines, the floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Mr. Chair. We would like to clarify on the APRO branding video as stated in your annual plan.
Thank you, Delegate from FGC PPJ Philippines, for the clarification. Ryan, the floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. So the APRO branding visual was launched yesterday. As if you watch the introduction of IPSF APRO, that was the IPSF APRO branding video. And the difficulties we had faced there was the proposal, because we had the miscommunication for the proposal, and we didn't have the access for the first few months that we've been doing it. So we went back to zero, and now with the guidance of Moises, our chairperson, and then one thing is the availability of the members who are assigned to do it. So we have just finished it before APPS, and we decided to play it in APPS opening night. Passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, Ryan. We have a new comment from a delegate from ISMA Farsi, Indonesia. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I'm Raihana from ISMA Farsi Indonesia. Firstly, I would like to congratulate you on your successful mandate. Although we are not, we don't interact that much, but I'm wishing you tons of luck for whatever happens in the future. But I do have a question. During your mandate, did you ever feel unsatisfied with any aspect of your publication, whether it's the design or maybe other aspect? Oh yeah, also, I am accidentally submit the form 2 times, but this is my only question. Okay, thank you. Passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, ISMA Farsi, Indonesia. Now I'm passing the floor to Ryan.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. To be honest, it's like that every time. As I've been asking myself, is this really the face of April? Am I doing the right thing? Am I designing the right publication for April? I've been always asking that to myself, and that's why I think Moises is kind of irritated that I always send him all the publications before posting it. If you will just see the Moises and I's private message, is all is this good? Is this good? Is this possible to post it right now? Then they said, no, this is, and then like that. So with Moises, with the guide of Moises, it feels like I'm doing the right thing. But if I'm not doing the right thing, he would always say that you can fix it. Then, yeah, passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, Ryan. We have a new comment from a delegate from IPSA Malaysia.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Yuan from IPSA Malaysia. So my new comment will be on my previous comment. So from your answer just now, you have told me why the delays happen. But I would like to know, how did you overcome that issue? Because from what I know, competitions that happened in March just gotten their certificates yesterday. And also, I also faced a problem, which is when we wanted to post and also inform our members of IPSF APRO competitions, we were unable to get promotional materials, even though in the email it was written that promotional materials will be posted soon. However, it was not seen. So I would like to know, how did you overcome this issue? Thank you. I would like to pass back the floor to Chair.
Thank you, my PSA Malaysia. Ryan, the floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. So, to overcome this difficulty, first of all, I always ask the proposer, which is, for example, Jose, if I could I would apologize first, and I would ask if it's okay to post in a later date. It's because I have trouble accessing the finished publications. For example, Moises is one of my subcommittee members, and we have a tracker. And if he forgot to put the link in there, I would message that person. And we all know for a fact that we don't have the same time zones. So it's maybe they are having classes, or they're having internships, or having thesis, and they won't read my message at that time. So to overcome this, I would always message them every hour if they could. Or sometimes I would ask someone from their school to ask them if they could contact that certain member. This is just for example, to that certain member to see my message, and try to tell me that I forgot to upload it, or I always tell them that if you don't have time, just let me know so I could help you. I always ask them first if they could make it on time with the deadlines. So yeah, I think that's how I overcome this difficulty I have. Passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, Ryan. We have a direct comment from a delegate from BMFF UNIR Indonesia.
Okay, thank you for the floor. I'm Karin from BMFF UNIR Indonesia. Before I direct my comment, I just want to appreciate Ryan itself. I want to, as a contact person, I want to deliver the BMFF UNIR RMPO team. Sends the gratitude to you. Thank you so much for being such a kind and lovely person that guide them throughout this mandate. And I would like to direct regarding to the you earned comment. Regarding this matter, I would like to also confirm when we will expect to receive the Delaney's APRO publication materials, such as the RPO event winner announcement, and then also the SEP highlights. Thank you, and I'm passing back the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, BMFF UNIR Indonesia. Ryan, the floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. The SEP highlights is done. The only problem is I don't have the access for the publications. So it is for posting already, even last month. That's the only problem that I'm facing right now. It's just that I don't have the access of the drive where they've uploaded the SEP highlights. And for the other one,
We have a clarification from Ryan. Can BMF UNIR Indonesia clarify regarding the second question, regarding the second point?
Can I ask the clarification again? Do you want me to repeat which one?
Thank you, BMF UNIR Indonesia. Ryan, can you state your clarification?
after summer SEP highlights.
Thank you, Ryan. BMF UNIR Indonesia, can you please clarify?
Thank you for the floor, Chair. I would like to also ask the expected timeline regarding that we received regarding to the RPO event winner announcement to the Instagram. Thank you, and I'm passing back the floor.
Thank you, BMF UNIR Indonesia. Ryan, the floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. So for the event winners, I am just waiting for the proposal, the RMPO proposal to be submitted, and after that we can immediately work for it. That would be all. Thank you. Passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, Ryan. Can we have the parliamentary system to be updated? We have a direct comment from BMFF UNIR Indonesia. BMFF UNIR Indonesia, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Evan from BMFF Indonesia. So, as one of the internal relations subcommittee under our portfolio, I actually worked for the SCP highlights, and as the RRO itself actually had conveyed that some of the publications by the some of the submissions by the MOs were unable to be accessed, but I myself and the other subcommittee has resolved this problem during the second week of May. So I would like to ask how is the progress of SCP highlights and when would it be uploaded? Thank you. I'm passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, BMFNR Indonesia. Ryan?
Thank you for the floor, Chair. Again, the SEP highlights is done. It's just that I need an access to the folder where the member who did it uploaded. That's the only thing, and we can upload it right away. Thank you for the passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, Ryan. Can we update the parliamentary system? We have a new comment from a delegate from IPGASF India.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Abhishek Jain from IPGSF India, and many congratulations for your successful mandate. We really enjoyed your publications. One comment from IPGSF that internally we switched from like photos to reels and video-based content to increase our reach and get more views and deliver to a wider audience. Right. So have you explored this kind of format for the Instagram page of IPSF APRO? And would you recommend your successor to explore these fields? Thank you.
Thank you, IPJSF India. Ryan?
Thank you. Thank you for the floor, Chair. Yes, I would like to recommend this because, as we all know, the APRO Spotlight, it has been uploaded as reels, and we had a lot of people sharing it and viewing it, and that was the time that there were a lot of new followers popping on my notifications. So having an interactive publications for IPSF APRO would be good to the next mandate. However, they must try to see how will they have the members submit the videos, or how would they incorporate it with the branding of IPSF APRO. That would be all. Thank you. Passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, Ryan. We have a new comment from a delegate from IPSF APRO Indonesia.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I'm Aulia from IPSF APRO ITB, Indonesia. I would like to say, Ryan, congratulations on your successful mandate. Your exposure for APRO have been exceptional, and on behalf of our member, your design and branding sub-coordinator, she has enjoyed working with you. She would also like to say that she wants to commemorate your diligent work ethic. I think one question for me, a light one, would be, what advice would you give to your successor to proliferate the exposure of APRO? Thank you. Passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, IPSF APRO ITB Indonesia. Ryan, the floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. One advice I would give to my successor is know APRO by heart, because making a branding for APRO would be hard, like for me personally, because all of my predecessors had their own branding and they were like unique, and I, as their subcommittee from the previous mandate, had the tendency to like not copy but to mix it. So it's like I want the next RMPO to envision what would she want and what APRO wants for the other people or the other audiences to see APRO. So that would be all. Thank you. Passing back the floor to the chair.
Thank you, Ryan. We have a new comment from a delegate from PSAT Thailand.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. This is Melinda from PSAT Thailand. We would like to ask regarding the number of subcommittee members in your team, that it has 31 members in your team, but the media publications are still delayed. Do you have any suggestion in people management or team management for the next RMPO to ensure smooth process in publication? Thank you.
Thank you, PSAT Thailand. Ryan?
Thank you for the floor, Chair. So, I would like to suggest the next RMPO to be like proactive in telling the members to use the tracker because we have a tracker right now that has the schedule of each member. However, it's not been updated for like past few months, and um, I would like to like suggest them to like have a rotation basis wherein in every rotation he should or no, the RMPO should take into consideration the time zone of his or her members, and the delayed it is also the approval processes. So he or she needs to streamline more and like to review more of the structures of the approval processes of the RMPO team. And that would be all. Passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, Ryan. We have a new comment from a delegate from FJCP Page 8 of Philippines. The floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Mr. Chair. I'm Yuna from FJCPPHA Philippines. It says here in the annual plan that the RMPO proposals are passed 2 to 4 weeks before the event. And based on the comments of other MOs, there are delays in some of the publications, such as the winners for the contest and some of the certificates. Aside from the technical difficulties in accessing the files in the G Drive, could you state what other problems are causing the delay of these publications despite the deadline being every 2 to 4 weeks before the posting date?
Thank you, a delegate from FJCP Page 8 of Philippines. Ryan?
Thank you for the floor, Chair. The 2 to 4 weeks was actually like followed at the first months of the mandate. However, during the during the recent months of the mandate, I have not pushed through with it. It's not because it's not like effective, but it's more on we have a lot of unexpected circumstances wherein for example the RMPO proposal, sometimes it was uploaded but the informations are wrong or they uploaded the wrong proposal. Other instances where it was uploaded but there were no informations, and the next one was it was uploaded, however, we cannot access it. So that's one and most probably the cause of delays we are having right now. Even if we have the 2 to 4 weeks passing of the RMPO proposals. That would be all. Passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, Ryan. Can we update the parliamentary system? Do we still have any new comments? I see none. I'm now closing the floor for discussion and proceeding to the voting. Motion 9 reads, this, the 27th IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly accepts and adopts the annual report of the Regional Media and Publications Officer of the IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Office for 2024 to 2025. All those for? All those against? All those abstaining? Voting results. Motion 9. Results are 11 for, 0 abstained, 0 against. Congratulations, Ryan. Motion carried unanimously. I'll be giving you a very short time to address the assembly.
Dear Odis, I'm very sorry for my voice once again, but I would like to thank all of you. To be honest, I am kind of nervous because I don't think I did well this mandate because I know I have a lot of lapses and delays. We all know that. But again, thank you for being very good to me, for accepting my report, and thank you so much. I hope you enjoy APPS. That would be all. Passing the floor back to the chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan, and congratulations. Can we have the next motion? Motion reads, this the 27th IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly accepts and adopts the annual report of the Regional Relations Officer of the IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Office for 2024 to 2025. Just a point of information, since my RO is currently not here physically, I would like to ask the Motions Committee if ever RWGs are allowed to ask to table the motion as the proposer, and how many votes do we need as a procedural motion? Do we have a point of information from a delegate from NSAPSO, New Zealand? Drop. Can we pass the mic to the Motions Committee?
Chair, Motions Committee. So for the motion to pass, you need simple majority, which would be 6 votes for.
Clarification, if RWGs are allowed to propose this procedural motion?
Yes, and you won't need a seconder.
You won't need. Thank you for the clarification, Motions Committee. RWG would like to raise a procedural motion. A procedural motion to table this motion. Motion 10, the 27th IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly accepts and adopts the annual report of the Regional Relations Officer of the IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Office for 2024 to 2025 to the 8th session of the Regional Assembly, which is July 8th, 2025, proposed by RWG. I am now opening the floor for discussion. This is a procedural motion, no opening of discussion. All those for? No abstaining? All those for? All those against? We will be tabling the motion, motion 10, regarding the annual report of the RO to session 8 at 13:30 GMT plus 8. Next motion, please. Motion 11. I would like to assess the floor before I read motion 11, since we have around 15 minutes time left for this specific session. I would like to assess the floor. If you would like to continue with the report of the RO, please use your emotion cards. RPO. It's RPO, guys. So if you're NOR, raise the NOR. And if you are yes, raise the yes. Scrutineers, can you help me vote? Can you help me assess the floor? If majority is NOR, please raise it higher, please. Okay, let's do this. All those yes for proceeding with the annual report of the RPO until we vote for it, because we cannot, stop it in the middle of discussion. All those yes, please raise your emotion cards. Yes, yes to proceeding until the end. Okay, I see that it's not the majority. We are now suspending the standing orders. Do we have a proposer? Proposed by FJCPPHA Philippines, seconded by KNUP's Republic of Korea. We are now proceeding to voting. All those for? All those against? Results are 11 for, 0 against. We are now suspending the standing orders. The next section for the Regional Assembly will convene on July 5th, 2025. Session 2 will happen on 10 10 a.m. GMT plus 8 Kuala Lumpur time. So please be here for the session 2. I am now passing the floor to the secretary for the roll call. Regional Secretary, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for the floor. I'll be starting with our full member organization, IPJSF India, ISMA Farsi Indonesia, FOP Nepal delegated their vote for ISMA Farsi Indonesia. Scrutineer. Please wait for my roll call. Thank you. APS Japan. My PSA Malaysia and ZAPSO New Zealand. NAPSA Australia delegated their vote there in ZAPSO New Zealand. FJCPHA the Philippines. KNAPS Republic of Korea. NewsPoo Singapore. And PISA Thailand. To our MIAs, please raise your hand once I call your member organization, MAPS India, BEM FFU Indonesia, BEM FFU Indonesia, BEM FU USA Indonesia, BEM Kemafar Unpad Indonesia, BEM Kemafar UGM Indonesia, HMF apa itu Indonesia, UOP MSU Myanmar, APSA New Zealand, JPPHA PI Philippines, UFA Philippines, and PSA Taiwan. I am now passing the floor back to the chair.
Since motion is already, the standing orders has been suspended. Go on, eat your dinner, everyone. Before we eat, today is the birthday of our APPS chairperson. Motion for her to dance. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Address the assembly first before they have their dinner. Are you going to give us free session later night? This is halal. What? Free session later after APPS. Free night.
Free night?
It's halal.
I'm not free.
Oh, okay. She's having exams. Yeah. So you may now eat your dinner, everyone. Thank you so much for the first session. Let's make it a bit faster for session 2, okay? Go on, take your dinner.